Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
Kota Ibushi left New Japan on the worst of terms. The worst of terms. And he was welcome back. Katsuyori Shibata left New Japan on the worst of terms. And he was let back. Okay? And I don't know what happened. You know, like, obviously there's the thing with, this is what really spurred it. So Takeshita did an interview. He had an armband on like Nakamura. And they go, oh, is that armband like Nakamura? He goes, yes. And it's like, Nakamura told me since he's not allowed to be there, he wanted me to wear this, so it's kind of like he can be there, you know. And by saying he was not allowed to be there, I mean, a lot of people got really upset. And, you know, wrestling politics is what it is. I mean, if there is no period in wrestling history where Nakamura would have been allowed to do this show. And this is, you know, now that's not a defense, because that also tells you just how fucked up wrestling and promotional wars are, because obviously he should have been there. And whatever, you know, like, it's like, I will say this, like, I know there will be people who argue this greatly, but I do believe that Okada proved that he absolutely should have been the guy in the match. No, there's no way Nakamura could have matched this good with him. No way. But Nakamura should have been allowed to be there by, you know, when there were, you know, it wasn't that he was, you know, again, I don't know what was the reason he couldn't be there. The presumption was that WWE would not allow him. And WWE, you know, again, look, AEW let Billy Gunn do the Hall of Fame. They let Jericho do that John Cena tribute thing. They let Danielson do that John Cena tribute thing. It's like, you know, WWE could have let him do this show. He's not even booked this week. And even if he was, you know, even if he was. Are you
kidding me? They flew him in to do a 1-minute backstage segment on SmackDown.
Yeah, big deal.
That was my point.
Yeah.
He was booked. So he couldn't make this show.
That's Friday.
It was ridiculous.
He could have. He
could have made it, but it would have been. It would have been close.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, because I checked. The first flight was 6 a.m.
Yeah.
He would have got there at about 4 in the afternoon if everything went perfect.
Good, and the ceremony's like 10 at night.
Yeah, it could have happened, but it would have been.
He had 6 hours. That's not that.
I know, but the point is, it would have been a lot easier if he wasn't booked for SmackDown.
But he didn't. That's not the point. Even if he was booked to SmackDown, even if he was booked on house shows, they could have taken him off.
I know
the
he
shows.
could have, but the point is, like, he didn't have to be on SmackDown. It was a completely useless thing they had him there for.
Yeah, but that's had nothing to do with that. Had nothing to do with this. I mean, it's like he could have been there, he could not have been there. That's not the point. The point is he could have done both. Guys have worked on a Friday in the United States and been on a Sunday show in Japan.
I know, but the point is, Dave, he didn't work. They didn't need him there to do a 1-minute segment with Tama Tonga.
But it has nothing to do with that.
He should not have been there at all. He should have gone to the Dome. Forget SmackDown. It's pointless. It was stupid.
That had nothing to do with him not going to the Dome.
I know, but I can see their excuse being we needed him for SmackDown.
No, they can't say that because he could have made it easy. He made it with 6. Do you know how much time those freaking guys...
Okay, anyway, keep going.
Okay, all those guys that worked Arena Mexico on a Friday and then had to work on a Saturday afternoon in, where were they, Toronto? And there was a bunch of them, Hechicero, Max.
I know, but they were wrestling on 2 shows. They weren't there for a 1-minute backstage segment.
But the point is, they were there.
I'm sure he could have made it, but like there were other people that didn't make it for flight reasons or whatever. It's cutting it close.
Okay, 6 hours isn't that close. Okay, and the thing is, that's not the reason he didn't go. If it was the reason he didn't go...
I know the reason he didn't go. They didn't want him to go.
Yeah, so
that's why.
Yeah, so the whole thing of him being on SmackDown has nothing to do with this.
I know, but my point is that's going to be their stupid out, which is we needed him for Friday.
They can't. No, they're not. Their stupid out is that
they're going to go public and say, we just didn't want him there. We were being assholes.
They're not going to say anything. But the point, they're not going to use that. If they use that as an excuse, then you're right. They're not going to use that as an excuse. They're going to keep their mouths shut. Or, perhaps New Japan wasn't allowed to use them, but I don't know. I just thought that opened up a can of worms, and there's a lot of guys. Like, I would have loved to have seen, Kenta Kobashi there. He could have been there, but they only had an hour, Chono was there in the building doing the announcing. Love to have seen him come out. There's other, there's other people, but they did get Fujinami there, and because when Tanahashi was a kid, his favorite wrestler was Fujinami, and I think maybe I think it's Fujinami. I think he told me Mil Mascaras too, which actually would, but that's going too far back probably. But they got Fujinami there. That was really cool. They got Keiji Muto there. They got Jay there. It was awesome though.
Are you one of those youngsters today who listens to Spotify? I don't even know what it is. But I do know this. All of our podcasts are available at Spotify. You can head up right now and sign up. The easiest way to do so, f4wonline.com/Spotify. And for just $9.99 per month, you can listen to 84 podcasts on any given month. 84! 2 to 3 podcasts every single day covering pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And if you think about $9.99 per month, that's just pennies per day. So check it out today on Spotify. That's f4wonline.com/Spotify. f4wonline.com/Spotify.